Hi, I'm Rob Robillard and welcome to my blog, A Concord Carpenter Comments. There's nothing more frustrating when you're trying to do a do-it-yourself project, and it doesn't matter whether you're installing drywall or beadboard paneling or wood paneling, and you're trying to fit it to a wall and there's outlets and switch plates, and you measure 2-3 times and you still cut it wrong. You waste an entire sheet of paneling or drywall. You waste a ton of your time. It's frustrating. I've got an innovative product I want to show you today. It eliminates measuring. It gives you perfect cuts every single time. For a do-it-yourselfer, this is a must. It's a product from Blind Mark, and there are 3 different types of product actually that I want to show you. The first one is called the Blind Mark, and it is it's set up for switch plates and single pole switches and outlets, and it's basically these targets that have these metal receivers on them. They're set up to work as magnets, and it's a pretty strong magnet, and they fit inside of an outlet or a switch plate, and then there's a locator that you put against your board to find and then trace this. I'm going to show you how that works in a minute. The second product is called the Center Mark, and it's just this telescoping thing with a screwed end on it that screws into, say, a recessed light, and you put your board up and you use your locator and boom, you find it. Then you either take your drywall saw or your router or rotozip tool, and starting from the inside, work to the outside, jump over to the outside perimeter, and then cut your outside perimeter. I can't show you how to do this today on this because this recessed light is too small. It's a 5.5-inch deep old work remodeling recess, and this is just, it's too long. So I can't, you can't use this on old work boxes, unfortunately. The last thing I wanted to show you is called the Multi-Mark. The Multi-Mark, it comes with 2 of these locators, and they're pretty interesting. They've got these little spring clips that actually fit into the screw holes of the box. Hold your paneling up and boom, you find your box. The beauty of this is this could work for a ceiling box, an outlet box. It could even work for this, and you could trace this out if you wanted to. It's got all these different trace outs. You just have to pay attention with this because there are so many different lines and different trace holes that you could get confused and make the wrong mark. So you've got to remember what you're cutting out. A couple of things I want to talk about. There's all kinds of different tools for cutting drywall. Obviously the old utility knife, drywall saw, and then like a rotozip or a rotary type spiral cutter tool. These things can be tough to use because they can take off on you, and I'll be completely honest, I'm not that great with it either, but I'm going to use it today just because it's quicker and just to give you a better demonstration. If I were doing wall paneling, a wainscoting or a beadboard wall paneling, I would be tracing this, drilling a pilot hole, and using a jigsaw. You still could probably use this, but a jigsaw would give you a cleaner cut. I took the liberty of cutting some drywall already. Now remember, the switch plates and the outlets stick out a 1/2 inch, so I'm just going to tack this just so I don't have to hold it. Alright. That should be good enough, I hope. Alright. I already forget where I put these things, so let's try to find it. There is an arrow here. I drew an arrow. If you do it the other way, you get that opposing magnet thing, so you have to do the arrow up. Oh wow, look at that. First time. So if I miss it, it's going to fall. So I've got to find the magnet. There it is. Alright, I'm just going to straighten it and trace it out. We're going to cut that out. Now, I could do the same thing here, but I know that it's a double box. So, let's do this. Actually, no, let's use this one. This one, let me see here. Yep, okay. So I'm going to hold it straight. That's one side of the double box. This must be the other side. I'll be completely honest with you. I find this confusing with all these lines and this round thing. It'd be good for ceiling boxes and ceiling fan boxes and stuff like that. But I like this better, especially for a do-it-yourselfer. There's less, I think there's less chances of error. And I also think it gives you a better line to trace. As we all know, nothing's exact with this stuff, but I'm curious to see just how well it works. Let's give it a try. Pretty good. I actually went on the inside of the box. I need to be on the outside. There we go. Now that will actually go in. Clean that up a little bit. Again, I'm not very good with this tool, so it's a little all over the place, but a utility knife or even a drywall saw would work just as well. Because the stud is there, I've got to be a little bit careful with that. The other thing you could do is you could take the board down. That's what I would probably do if we were really doing this. Take the board down and cut it so I'm not cutting into the blind mark magnets or the outlet. There we go. And there we have it. Not bad. No measuring. I'm impressed. I think that these tools have a definite place if you're going to be doing some do-it-yourself stuff and you want. I can see this tool being a really big time saver for a do-it-yourselfer. Anyone who wants to do either drywall or paneling or beadboard type stuff, this is going to save you tons of time. I just cut these out quick and dirty. You know, with careful cutting and careful taking your time, you can get some really nice accurate cuts. No measuring. You're going to be dead on every time. I'm Rob Robillard. Thanks for coming to my blog at Concord Carpenter Comments, and we'll see you at the next tool review. Take care.